Aloha. Hi, Andy Rice here again. We're going to go over how to edit content in an article. So once you've logged into the back end of your Joomla site, you're going to wind up here at the control panel. And there's two ways to get to your article manager. There's this icon here, and of course then under content you've got article manager. I'm just going to click here, and we've got a list of articles. Let's see. Okay, so if you want to edit one of these articles, there's two ways to do it. You can click the checkbox and click edit, or you can simply click this right here, just the name. And voila, you're in here. Okay, and once you're in here, you've got a few things going on. This is the title of your article, and if we go to the front end of my site here and we click on CMS, you'll see the title right here. Here's the rest of the copy, and on the back end it looks like this. So yeah, I mean, this works kind of like a WYSIWYG editor. What you see is what you get. That's what WYSIWYG stands for. And you can type something in here, and then we can go up and apply or save. Apply saves the content but leaves you on this page so you can keep editing, and save saves the content but takes you back to the list of articles. So I'm going to hit apply, and we can go to the front end. One thing when you're working on a site, it's good to be able to open up your site in tabs so you can easily go back and forth between the back end here and the front end over here. And we're going to click reload, and voila, type something here. It's in here. Let me go and delete that, so we don't want that in there. And I'm going to hit apply again because I want to show you a few other things about what's happening here. This is automatically generated from your title, and this is important for SEO purposes. You can change this if you'd like, but it's usually good to leave it at its default setting. Okay, and then here's where you choose where this article is put in the section or the category. So I'm putting it in the About section, and I've got a few different categories within that section. I'm going to leave it in the About. It depends on how your site is set up. You'll have different sections and different categories, and they'll make the sections and categories will make sense, and they'll be relative to your site. Published, this is whether the page is actually published on the front end or not. We'll leave it at yes. Front page, we can choose to show this particular article not only where we've linked it to in the menu system, but also on the home page, or the front page they call it here. I don't want to do that, so I'm leaving it as no. If we go over here, there's some other information. If you've chosen to show the author of the article, here you can leave it as administrator, or you can use an alias like your name. I'm not showing that information. Access level public, that means everybody can see it. If it's registered or special, that means that you have set certain levels of access for people that are members of your site. Let's see, and then created date. You can choose to show this information in an article if you want to, or not. I'll show you what I mean. But here's where you can edit it. Finish publishing is never. So I guess what you can do with this is you can set a date like next week on Tuesday. And next week on Tuesday, this article will automatically be turned off or unpublished right up here. These parameters I have set to global. And usually these are things you don't really want to change, but I'll show you what they are in here. This is usually all set up when we develop the site. So for the front end right now, we don't have any of these icons, and this is kind of the area where they're going to show up. Okay, so some of these parameters can be adjusted for this article alone. They can be set globally, and I have done that already. And globally, I've chosen to hide so all different aspects of this, or show it. Really, all I'm doing is showing the title. But I can choose to, let's go show here, show here. These are the icons, email icons, so you can share it with a friend. You can print the article. You can create a PDF of the article. Modified date and time, I'm going to choose to show just for purposes of showing you where this information shows up if you choose to use it. Author name, I'm going to go show, and I'm also going to go here and just create a author name of me. We'll stick with Homer Simpson. Just so you can see where this stuff shows up. Article rating, we can choose to show that. The rest of this I would kind of leave alone because I've asked you already about how you want to set this up. So let's leave it at the defaults. And then metadata information is a place where you can add metadata, not just for the site. There's another place to do that, and I'll show you in another tutorial. But here you can add it per page. So we're talking about Joomla content management systems. That's what this is about. So I'm going to copy this here as the description. And then our keywords are Joomla. Okay, so now, again, I'm going to apply this right here. We're going to go to the front end. We're going to reload, and you're going to see a bunch of new content here. Here's our date that we published it. Here's the author name. Here's the user rating. You can which is basically based off of what is voted on here. I can choose to rate this. Here's the updated information, last updated. And then here is, sometimes, it depends on your template. Sometimes you'll have icons for this. Right now we've just got it in words. Email, we'll open up an email editor. Print, we'll try and print this to your printer. And PDF will create a PDF of this information. So that's what that information does. I'm going to go ahead and turn all that off because I don't really want any of that. If you're a code person and you want to jump into the code, you can click this little button down here called Toggle Editor, and you can see that here we go, we're in the code, and this will make sense to you if you understand HTML. There's a couple other things I should show you while we're in here. One is, this works like a WYSIWYG editor, so you can make this bold or italic, italic and bold. You can change alignment. You can add a link. So I'll just use one of the ones I have in here just because it's already in. You can choose the target, which means does it open in the same window or in a new window. I'll say new window. And you can add a title for SEO purposes, and we can insert that. And this will be a link on the front end. This is these are tabs, these are bullets, and bullet lists, right, like this. This is a numbered list. Some of these things you don't need to worry about. Adding an image, I find it best to add an image from right here. And we can click this and a little window pops up, and there's ways to add images. It will open up, your website will look a little different than mine, but mine is, I've created some folders to put some images in. Let's just choose this folder for purposes of showing you how it works, and we'll throw in this image. We can give it a description. We can give it a title. This is all for SEO purposes, and we can insert it. Then I can choose to wrap. I've usually set this up for you so you'll have some styles under here, which is pick on the right or pick on the left. And that's how you add an image. You can resize the image once it's in here. Of course, you don't want to make it bigger than it is by default, because then it gets blurry like that. It just happened. But we can make it smaller, and that's okay. To move it around, you can slide it around, and maybe we want to align it with the top of this line here. So that's how I was doing that. Let's see, and anything else? I'll show how the read more section later. I don't have a way to show you that on the front end right now. So anyway, if we hit apply here and we go again to the front end and we reload, you can see that there's my image. I unchecked all of the information that was up here, so it's not showing up anymore. And I made management a link. So if I click that, it will link and go to another website I was working on. So that's how the backend editor works. I'm going to just simply delete this from and I can use my keyboard to do that, at least on a Mac system. This link I want to take off, so it's pretty simple. All I need to do is uncheck that. I also want to take these styles off. So we're back to square one here, and I'm going to save it. And when I save, like I said before, it takes me back to the list of articles, and I can go in and edit another article if I need to. So that's the quick and dirty of how to edit an article in the Joomla content management system. And if you've got any questions, you can go to my website, andrewricedesign.com, and go to the contact page. It is right here. And you can use that to send me a message. Okay, great. Hopefully that's helpful for you. Thanks.